call from?
Alika.
Aliker. Hello?
Yes. Hello. Hello.
Yes.
Yes. Hello. Is this the frog from Gecko?
Sure.
Okay. Listen, I'm having a bit of an issue with my car.
Okay.
And I'm on your insurance plan right now.
Sure.
Can you get me covered so I don't get sued?
What?
Okay. Okay. Well, anyways, how you doing tonight, Mr. Frog?
I'm alright.
That's good. What you drinking?
Water.
Okay. And what's your greatest fear?
What?
What is your greatest fear?
Can I ask you a question?
Yes. What's up?
What is your greatest fear?
Oh, my greatest fear. Okay. Don't laugh. Okay.
Wait,
But
real quick. Hold on. Hold on.
yes,
Hold on.
yes, yes.
What? Alright. I mean, I wasn't gonna... Where did you think this would go? And where, and how is that different from where it has gone? And please
Okay.
be honest with me if you can. I know you don't
Okay.
want to. I know you want to keep doing it, but I know that there's a part in you that can be reached to do an honest evaluation. I mean, seriously, you know how much, I mean, I know there's a part in you that understands that a genuine, if you stop doing the voice real quick and we got to a point where we're genuinely evaluating what the way that this played out versus the way you thought it would play out in your head. We both know that would be more valuable for us than if you kept doing the voice. I mean, look, you're gonna do whatever you're gonna do. You're not obligated to do anything. You don't owe me anything. But I'm so curious what that would look like. Are you not curious what that would look like? Can I appeal to that sense in you?
Perhaps. Sure.
All right. All right. How did this go compared to how you thought it would go?
Okay, now I'm going to be serious. I was going to go from joking to actually, like, talking about real problems, but now okay, so, to be honest, my greatest
Yes.
fear would have to be, uh, most likely government issues and how we're in the middle of a pandemic.
Are you afraid of the government's inability to handle what how are you're afraid of our government?
Yes, I feel like um, they don't know what they're doing, and I feel like that we're most likely going to be in this pandemic for a couple more years, and that's my fear because I want to go and I want to go get out of this pandemic, but in order to do that, people need to stop being idiotic and be reasonable and just it's scary to think that there might be no possible solution to end this pandemic.
Well, I can't say that I know anything about how the future lies, but um, I hope for the best. Um, I try to remain optimistic. Um, that's about all we can do. I mean, everything that could possibly have been said about the uncertainty of coronavirus has been said. So,
Mhm.
you know, I think you put it well though. I think I mean, I'm dumb. I don't know anything. I don't, I'm gonna vote, but I don't understand the political process or really anything at all because I don't know anything because I didn't pay attention in school. But I hope you feel better.
Thank you, and I hope you feel better. And to the chat, I hope that we can soon, hopefully, get out of this pandemic. Love
Absolutely.
y'all. See you later.
Have a good night.
Call from
Mom.
Edmon? Edmon?
Yo,
What's up?
what's up?
Not much. What's up with you?
No, not much.
That's cool.
How you been?
I've been good. How you been?
Yeah, could be better.
Why? What's wrong?
Work cut my hours.
Where do you work?
At a warehouse.
What kind of warehouse?
We create board games.
You create board games?
Yes, like parts, Monopoly, stuff like that.
You work at a warehouse that creates Monopoly parts.
No, like we assemble board games. We work in an assembly line.
What part of the assembly line do you do?
Depending on the day, could be the instruction card or the little men, like the figures or whatever.
So you work in a factory all day, crafting
Yeah.
little men.
Yes. Basically.
I think it's a good thing that they cut your hours because you'd probably go insane if you do that for too long.
Yeah.
You're going to start to think that you are the little man. You ever wait? Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure.
Have you ever been doing your job and thought to yourself, "I am a big man crafting a little man"?
Not yet. I try to pass the time quickly, but
What
it
do you
doesn't
do? What do you
usually
do to
work.
pass the time?
I try to daydream.
What do you daydream about?
My future.
What do you dream for the future?
Having a girlfriend.
What would your ideal
And
girlfriend be like?
let me think here. Caring, nice, active, maybe.
You said active. Yeah. What do you mean by active?
Like not just sit around the house all day.
Do you sit around the house all day?
Maybe. I try not to though.
I think, look, if you want an active girlfriend, you gotta be active yourself, dude.
True. Yeah, I should work on that.
What would you want to do? Would you want to?
Well, I'm in school right now. It's college.
So you're in college and you work at a board game factory. Do you play any like college sports?
No, it's online right now, sadly.
How often of your day are you outside?
I go longboarding every day.
That's active.
Yeah. And then I walk my dog.
All right. So you've got some stuff going on, I think, that you know, Do you consider yourself caring? Do you care about other people?
Oh yeah, of course, of course.
All right, so you're caring and you're active. And what
Yeah,
was the last thing that you?
Um,
Are you hot?
I think it. Um, I can't answer that
Why can't you answer that?
because either way, it's beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
I agree. That's a good answer.
I don't think I'm ugly.
How would you rate yourself on a scale from 1 to 10?
6.5.
Who are you with? Are you with someone?
Yeah, my family doesn't know I'm talking on the phone.
Oh, okay. Can I talk to one of them?
No. No. Don't do that.
Why can't I talk to one of your family members?
They'll think I'm weird.
Why?
I don't know.
You know what? God damn it. What'd you say your name was?
What?
What did you say your name was?
Atmon.
Edmond, look,
Yeah.
if you can't give a fuck if people think you're weird, Edmond. That's what you know what girls, they want someone who doesn't give a fuck if people think that they're fucking weird, man. I think you got to have that confidence. You got to have the confidence to go up to your mom and say, "Mom, I am having a conversation with the internet gecko right now, and I need you to talk to him."
I'll get blasted though. I'll get blasted afterward.
Blasted by what? What does it even mean? Blasted.
Like ridiculed.
Dude, fuck them. Why do you care at Edamame? You shouldn't care.
I shouldn't.
You shouldn't care, Edamame.
Yeah.
And look, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna force you to tell your parents that you're talking to a gecko on the computer right now.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna force you to do that. But I just want, and by the way, look, in all seriousness, I don't think the not giving a fuck attitude can be cultivated in a split second, spur of the moment adrenaline. Well, I don't think that that's realistic. I don't think that that's real. That's why I'm not gonna sit here and until you do it. That would be stupid.
No,
but I think you should. I think you should think about it. I think you should consider it.
Yeah, no, you're right. I should. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Absolutely. I love you, Edamame.
Atmon, by the way.
What?
Atmon. EPMON.
I love you, Edmon.
Love you too.
Have a good night.
All right, you too.
Call from.
Ethan Carter.
To accept, press 1.
Ethan Carter. I've talked to you like 7 times.
Oh, no, this is the first time.
Wait, this is the first time? This is a different Ethan Carter?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I was just watching your stream and I saw one person call and just hang up.
I know, right? Look, I mean, Ethan Carter, look, you don't seem like you're going to do that. I'm getting good vibes from you. But I also, look, to anyone out there who wants to call into the stream and just immediately hang up, I'm not going to fault them for doing that because I didn't prepare either for this. So if anyone else wants to just call in and hang up. Say that again?
My friend called off our plans tonight and now my night's made again. I'm watching you teach me about Alaska.
What were your plans beforehand, before you were going to do this?
I was just going to drink with some friends.
You were just going to do what?
Drink with some friends.
Oh, okay. Who are your friends? What is your relationship like with them?
I go to school with them. They're humans. They're cool.
Do you have any friends? Would you say that you like all of your friends, or do you have any friends that you don't like very much?
No, I think I like all of my friends. People that I don't like, I try to keep out of my life.
Have you had to keep anyone out of your life recently? Is there anyone who like tries to penetrate your life that you have to defend, play goalie with?
I mean, my mom keeps trying to come over.
Your mom keeps trying to come over? Why? What's your relationship like with your mom?
I have a great relationship with my mom. I don't feel like cleaning my apartment.
Why do you have to clean your apartment just because your mom is over?
Yeah. She's gonna start disrespecting me. Not gonna view me the same.
You don't think she respects you?
I don't think she'll respect me if she's in my apartment right now. Does your mom respect you?
I think my mom respects me. I
Does
don't
she
know.
know that you dress like a frog?
She does. She does. It's a gecko,
She
but
watching the live stream?
I don't know if she's watching right now, but I think so. I mean, look, you know, I don't think that she owes me any respect by any means. I don't think I'm entitled to my mother's respect.
No, I don't think anyone's entitled to respect off the jump. You gotta
I
earn
agree.
that.
I agree. Do you feel okay? But then, do you feel like you've earned your mother's respect?
Yeah, I'm not trying to ruin that with my uncleanliness. She's one of those people.
But okay. But what's your truth though? Like in your actual life, are you an uncleanly? Are you a dirty person?
Yeah, I'm a fucking mess.
So why not just? I mean, why would you want to change who you are just to impress your mom? Why can't you just you got to put her in a situation where she
Right.
is being
Like,
forced to accept you for who you are, or else you're gonna have to keep putting on this
Right.
charade forever.
So I should like shit on the floor and invite her over?
Only
like,
if
this
that's
is who
what
I
you would
am.
actually do. You seem like a good
I
guy,
might.
Ethan Carter. I don't think you're out here shitting on your floor. I think that
I
would
don't
also.
know,
I think
man.
that would be.
You don't know
I
me
think
too
you
well.
shitting on your floor would be just as bad as you cleaning your house, because both of them are extremes on the side of. They're both disingenuine to who you are. I don't think you would do either of those things.
What are you suggesting?
I suggest you do exactly what you would normally do before you have your mom over. I don't think you need to clean your room, but I don't think you need to take a shit on your floor.
I'll think about on the second one. I don't know. I thought I really had a good idea on that one.
Look, the best idea is to just be yourself. Do what you're doing. You know, Ethan Carter? You seem like a good guy. I don't think you need to change.
Well, thank you. You too, Frogman.
Absolutely, Ethan Carter. I love you very much, and I appreciate
too.
you calling in. I hope to talk to you again soon.
You as well. Have a good night.
Good night, Ethan Carter.
Call from Autumn.
Autumn.
Oh my God, I made it. I'm
I
on
know.
Therapy Gecko. I'm live.
You are. You are. How
That's
does it
great because it feels pretty good. I've tried to call you a lot of times, but tonight is the night I really need your advice.
Have we spoken before?
Never.
Wonderful. Tell me what's going on, Autumn, and I will try my best, which might not be good enough, but I hope I have set the bar low enough for you to feel comfortable with that.
I appreciate that. I'm comfortable with that. So here's what's up. I have this like housemate. There's this girl that I live with, and we're pretty into each other. We've been hanging out a ton over the past couple weeks, and we've been like flirting with each other a lot. And today I just, I directly asked her like what was going on. We basically just confessed that we both wanted to have something together, but like we live together. So it feels like it's a really bad idea, So she's like, yeah, I want this too, but we live together, so we shouldn't. And I'm like, yeah, we live together, so we shouldn't. But also, like, let's just do it anyways. And she was like, no. And that's pretty much where I'm at. But also, dude, we're going camping on Sunday, like in the mountains, like in a tent together, just the two of us. And I don't know how to deal with this whole situation.
What's her ration? Why is the fact that you guys live with each other so much of a big deal? What are you like worried is going to happen?
I mean, I guess just like, okay, so say things go badly. We break up or whatever, stop seeing each other, but then we still have to live with each other, see each other all the time. That would really suck. And then on the other hand, if we do really like each other and things go well, it's still way too soon to be like living with the other person, It just feels too fast.
Okay. Well, how much do you really care about like how awkward it'll be if you guys break up? Because I mean, how many of us I've had roommates that I never ever speak to. It would just kind of be like that.
Yeah, I mean, personally, like, I think it could be, awkward. It could be painful. It could be hard. But, like, I've been through a lot of hard shit in my life. I don't really care. I will gladly risk my own feelings or some awkwardness to just, like, kiss this pretty girl. So I don't give a fuck.
I agree. I think you should. I think it's worth the risk. To me, the risk seems like okay, awkwardness. I mean, this is just me. I think that awkwardness, it's not a huge risk to me.
Mm-hmm.
But your problem, I think you're on board. I get a sense that you're on board. Your problem is she doesn't. How on board is she?
I mean,
because you can't really force her to do anything she doesn't want to do.
Oh, yeah, absolutely not. And I don't want to really like try and convince her she doesn't want to either. But
right,
we've always talked about like we're very similar people, and she's just a little bit more like rational and logical than I am. And I'm always like, I'm gonna pull you over to the dark side and make you do dumb shit with me, like.
Mm-hmm.
And today, she kind of asked me if I was gonna do that. She was like, are you going to push me over the edge? And I was like, no, that would be wrong. Because it would. Because if she doesn't want to, then she doesn't want to,
But I'm annoyed. Why is this inherently dumb shit? Why is it? I mean, how long is your? I mean, you could make arguments that it would be dumb. You could make arguments of the opposite, right? I mean, what if? How long is your lease?
I mean, I pretty much just moved in. So my lease is until like next July. Also, we both just really like living here.
I mean, what if this is like a 6-year, I think it's dumb to not take the chance just because it might be awkward.
I mean, yeah, I'm with you.
But again, I mean, yeah, I don't think you're I don't think it's. I mean, you sound like you're on board. The thing is, getting her on board, and you don't want to be put in a situation where you have to like convince. So that's the worst situation ever be, is trying to convince someone that they should date you. You don't want to be in that situation.
Yeah. So, come on, you don't have the answers.
I mean, look, at the end of the day, even if it's kind of a stupid reason, if you want to be with someone and they don't want to be with you, you have to move on.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, I can do that. But at the same time, we still both really like each other, and we're still hanging out all the time, and we're still going to be camping in the mountains. Like, I don't know how to draw this line.
This is so annoying because games, I actively condemn games. And what I'm thinking in my head is like, okay, so if the only thing you could do is just games. I mean, is she like flirting? You have to kind of draw a line in the sand with her and be like, all right, if we're not doing this, then we're not doing this. All right. I don't want to see any flirty eyes. I don't want any friendly shoulder touches. I don't want anything that would even insinuate that we're anything close to doing this. If you don't want to do this, because you're like, I want you to be on that position of like, hey, we're either doing this or we're not doing this, because I can't deal with this tension.
That makes sense. I mean, okay, it's Halloween in a couple weeks, right? And we're planning to wear matching costumes. Have you ever seen Broad City?
I'm familiar with it.
Okay, well, I'm going to be Alana and she's going to be Abby. And we're wearing these matching costumes. I'm going to be Alana from this episode where she's wearing a corset. But I can't get a corset on myself. So she's agreed to like put my corset on me while I'm like fucking naked. And that's plans we already made in the past, And I really want her to do that. I don't want to be like, I'm gonna cancel
I
on
know
the whole
you do,
cute
but
Halloween situation.
that it's bad for you. I think it ultimately it's bad for you though, because she doesn't want to do it, which sucks. I think it's for a stupid reason. She might. Okay, what I'll say is like I think she might come around, but I don't want you like holding out for her to come around.
Yeah.
Because that's just gonna put you in a bad position. She might come around,
right.
but I don't even want you to think that she might come around, because then you're gonna be like in the back of your head, like subconsciously, like, holding yourself that she might come around, and that's just gonna fuck with you, and you don't want that. You don't want that tension. You want to be like sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Again, I would. It's almost. I feel like it's. I'm trying to like if you told her like, hey, we like each other. I think you should have a conversation with her where you say to her, hey, I know we like each other. I'm down to do this. I want you, like, if you want to know where I stand, like, I'm down to do this. I don't care that we're roommates. I personally think that that's a dumb reason. That's where I stand. And if you don't stand on there too, you don't want to do this, then we're not doing this. I just think it should be made clear. Or else you're just gonna be. It's just gonna be a ball of gross tension that neither of you are going to have fun being in until she comes around, but you don't want to hold out. I don't know if any of that made any sense, but
No, I totally feel you, and that's basically the conversation we had earlier, because I told her, like, I recognize that this could be bad, but I would totally go for it. I would do it.
Okay.
I respect that you don't want to, right? And then we kept flirting for a while, and that's when she was asking if I was going to, like, push her a little bit over her boundary, like flirtatiously, and I was like, no.
She asked you that flirtatiously?
Yeah, she did.
I think she's into it, but God damn it, Autumn, you don't have any room in your life for games, all right? If she's into it, she should fucking tell you. I hate these games. So annoying.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, dude, don't hold. I would just continue to communicate honestly, which it sounds like you're doing. It sounds like to me, and again, I don't know you guys or anything. I don't like projecting or anything, but it sounds to me like you're putting yourself out there honestly, and she kind of isn't, because I'm getting a sense that she kind of wants to, but she's down to play games. But I don't want you to be down to play games, because then you're gonna be just playing games, which isn't fun.
Well, how are you doing tonight, Lyle?
I'm alright. How are you? How do you feel about anything that I said? How do you feel?
I mean, I think you're basically right. I think what I'm gonna have to do is just say, like, yeah, I mean, I guess I'm just gonna have to draw that line and be like, we're either doing this or not. Like, we're either going to do a thing, or we have to stop flirting. We have to, like, not be hanging out every day. It's got to be one or the other.
I agree.
So, yeah, you gave me the answers I was looking for, and I appreciate that.
Absolutely, Autumn. I wish you the best of luck, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Talk to you soon, Lyle.
Good night, Autumn.
Good night.
Call from
Matt Nichols.
Matt Nichols. Matt Nichols. Matt Nichols. Matt Nichols. Matt Nichols. Matt Nichols. I'm gonna say it 5 more times. Matt Nichols. Matt Nichols.
What's up?
What are you doing?
Oh man, I was just sitting here. I was watching the Borat movie, and then decided to get on Reddit, and I see this talking Gecko teaching me things about Alaska that I had no idea about.
How old are you?
Me? I'm 36.
Do you remember what if you were a good student when you were in high school?
Me? I did what I needed to do to skate by. I knew the bare minimum.
Did you have a good time in high school, or did you enjoy your experience?
Yeah, for the most part, I got some good memories. I got some bad memories. I think we all have that going for us,
What's the worst memory you have of high school?
Oh man, so I senior year, like last week of high school, I pissed some people off. Not a lot of people get the whole, dry sarcasm type thing, and some people don't get the joke, I guess. And I pissed some people off. I get jumped in the locker room, halfway undressed, right? And this dude just jumps across the bench, clocks me right in the face. I go down, blood everywhere. So it was a pretty miserable experience. I wound up getting like 6 stitches in my face.
What did you say to this guy to make him want to punch you?
It's not that great of a story, actually. It's just everybody's familiar with a flat tire, right? You keep stepping on the back of your fucking shoe.
Yes.
I was getting hit with one of those over and over again, and it was like 4 a.m. or some shit. This dude was doing it to me. I told him to knock it off, or it's gonna be a problem. And
why were you at your high school at 4 o'clock in the morning?
I wasn't at the high school at 4 o'clock in the morning. We had this senior trip thing, right? So we were off in Disney World, and I guess they opened the park up at like 10 o'clock at night for just high school students all over the country at the time. And that was just, we were going back to the bus. So it was just like one of those, it's been a long day. Like, I don't feel like dealing with your shit right now. Knock it off. And I called him out in front of his friends, and I guess he didn't like that. So later when we got back to school, that's how he handled it.
So you're telling me a guy was harassing you at Disney World, and you stood up to him, and then he clocked you in the face?
Yeah, jumped me. Not even a real fight, man. I was halfway taking my pants off in the locker room.
What would you say your name was?
My name's Matt.
Matt, I think we should reframe this.
Okay.
I think we should reframe. I think this is a good memory, because I look at this, Matt. This is the time. This is a memory of you standing up to a guy who's kind of an asshole. You think you lost, but I think you won, because you didn't take his shit. And look, he might have hurt you, but I think you truly got to him. All right, you fucked with his self-esteem. And that's because he was insecure, and that's why he was picking on you. You know what I'm saying? I think this is a victory for you, Matt. I don't think this is a bad memory. I think this is a good memory. This is you standing up for yourself, Matt. I think you should be proud of that snarky comment you made to this man giving you the flat tires.
Right. All right. You know what, random internet gecko? I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna look at it as a victory now. I appreciate that.
Absolutely, Matt. I hope that I hope that this revisionist history etches itself forever into your life, replacing the bad memory.
Yeah, I like that. I appreciate that.
Of course, Matt. I love you very much. I'll talk to you soon.
You know what? I love you too, random internet gecko. You take care.
Good night.
Later.
Call from
Madden.
Madden, are you
Yes,
there?
sir.
Please, dear God, tell me you're there. Madden.
Yes, sir.
Where do we go when we die?
I don't know. I feel like it's up to you to decide.
All right. So if it's up to you, what would you say it is?
Probably to have my energy flow through the rest of the world and circle through a cycle of life.
If you got to choose, and I don't think you do personally, but if you got to choose the next place, the next destination of your energy once it leaves you, where would you put that energy?
Probably to grow an oak tree.
An oak tree.
Yes.
Why an oak tree?
I don't know. Just pretty tree.
So how does this feel right now? Just, sitting on the phone.
It's pretty hot in my house right now. Kind of warm.
Okay.
What about you?
What about me?
I mean, like, how do you feel right now on the phone?
Yeah, I feel fine. I mean, I'm trying to think, should we talk about something or should we talk about nothing? Because a lot of the times when you're doing a stream, right, you kind of try to make the conversation. You kind of try to make there be a conversation. But I don't know if we have chemistry. I'm going to be fully, can I be honest with us, right? Can I be honest with you right now? I don't think we have a lot of chemistry.
Okay. Okay.
That's not and by the way, that's not a reflection on either of us. Okay. I mean, I don't think that means that doesn't mean you're bad. I just think, you in and of yourself as an entity and me in and of myself as an entity are completely different from the entity of us together. And I don't think that we have a lot of chemistry together. Not to say that we won't have chemistry with other people, not to say that either of us are bad people, but I think that us together, it doesn't work very well.
I can agree.
As sort of evidenced.
I can agree.
Are you okay? I'm not saying this to hurt your feelings. This isn't.
No, I understand.
It's like a. I think rejection. It's more of a It's not a reflection on either party. It's just a means to keep people who weren't meant to be with each other, apart.
Yeah, for sure.
What'd you say your name was?
Madden.
That's a cool name.
Yeah, it's pretty unique. I guess so.
I think you're gonna be fine, man. I think there's other. I think you'll find someone else. I don't think you're gonna be alone forever.
Yeah.
I love you, man. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Peace out, man.
Good night.
Good night.
Call from
Alex.
Alik.
Call from
Hello, Alik. Alik, are you there?
Yeah, give me 1 sec. There we go.
We'll wait.
Hey, my name's Alex, by the way, with an X.
Oh. Why'd you say it was a leak?
Oh, I said Alex. Did it not pick it up?
Oh. What are you doing right now?
Well, I'm watching your stream in my dorm room. I'm an RA.
How's that going?
It's interesting. During COVID, there's a lot more rules and stuff, and people just ain't following them, and I got to do a lot more work because of it.
Do people hate you because you have to snitch on them?
They actually really do. I have a lot of enemies in my building right now.
How does that make you feel that everyone in the building sees you as a threat?
It's kind of funny. I honestly don't give a shit. I think it's really fun busting people. That's my guilty pleasure, honestly.
Ooh.
I love busting people. I think doing those incidents is so fun.
Ooh.
Especially when they start fighting back. Oh man, then it gets spicy.
So you're not one of those RAs that feels bad about having to do their job. You actually get off on like getting people in trouble.
Well, I don't know if I'll get off on it, but I certainly have fun.
It sounds well. I don't mean sexually. I mean you're like you're getting off on it.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, so it's fun.
What's so fun about it to you?
I don't know, man. I think it's just the power. I love busting people. Like, also I love doing shit that they're not allowed to do. Like I'll drink or I'll smoke or whatever, and it's like I could bust them for it, but what are they gonna do? I'm the RA.
When was it always like this, or did this sort of corruption happen later on into getting the job? When you signed up for this job, what did you have in mind?
Honestly, I did it for the free housing and the free food.
Have you always been like this? Have you always had a lust for power, like when you were, like throughout your life?
You know, honestly, no, it wasn't until I was in a position of power. And I got to clarify because I see chat going nuts here. I don't bust them for the alcohol and shit. Like, I'll let the other RAs do that stuff. I bust them for the COVID stuff because that's annoying and I want to stay safe. But, you know.
Okay, that's fair. But you like doing it.
Yeah, it can be fun.
But you,
Like, let's see, last night. Oh,
yeah.
go ahead.
Okay, tell me about last night.
The last night, I go to the bathroom, right, at like 3 in the morning. And I'm walking back, and my residents, they don't realize that our doors, they're real shitty, right? I can hear everything through them. And, of course, what do I hear? I'm just pitching for them to buy the Coke. I heard that from one of my residents, you know? And so then I have this dilemma. Like, I think alcohol and weed is one thing, but, like, Coke, you know? But, like, I still didn't do anything because it was 3 in the morning. I was tired. I just wanted to go to bed. And that's their business. I don't care. As long as they're not being, like, assholes or, like, belligerent or, like, loud, you know? Not my problem.
Okay, I thought I would feel like you gave off this impression that where I thought the story was gonna go is you heard that and you felt that like a shark senses blood. You know, this was your next kill for you to bust on these people for a pretty big thing. You're giving off that impression that you enjoy fucking with these people.
Oh, don't get me wrong, I do, but for the right reason. Like, I'm not gonna bust them for being kids in college, you know, that's fun. But like for the COVID shit, like that's just being an asshole. You know, if you're not gonna wear a mask that takes 5 seconds to put on, like, come on.
Do you break COVID rules?
No.
Be honest with me. No.
I'm totally honest. I follow every rule that I've been given for COVID because I don't want to get sick.
All right, so you only enforce the COVID rules.
Pretty much. Or noise, honestly. If I'm like really tired or I'm studying or whatever, and someone's like bumping down the hall, I'm gonna go shut them up. But like,
ooh, the chat is so conflicted on you. I normally don't like to look at the chat when I talk to callers, but the chat is very conflicted on you. There's a civil war going on over there.
I'm having the time of my life watching this chat. It's very funny.
Do you feel like you're in a power position right now?
Like, on this call?
Yes.
Not really. No, I feel like we're pretty equal. You're more or less a stranger to me.
Do you feel like I've seen some concern in the chat? People are concerned about not so much what these tendencies look like right now, but what they might develop into should you decide to further pursue positions of power as you have now gained a taste and a lust and addiction for the stuff.
Well, see, here's the thing.
What do you think moving forward?
Like,
you know,
it's
this
fun
will turn into
being like this level of power position, but also it's a lot of work, and like that's just annoying. So like I'm done with this job. Like, here, I'm not doing it. I've done it for 2 years. I've done my time. Like, it's pretty awful, not gonna lie, but it has its moments. And I don't think I'd want a position with any more power than this, honestly. I think that's just too much work for me.
Well, I'm glad that we ended on that. Because I'm not going to, you know, over time, you started off, as you got to clarify yourself, it got a little bit better. But you started off.
It did start rocky, yeah.
It started off a little rocky.
But hey.
And I'm also not sure I 100% trust you.
Nobody does.
Because you seem a little shady. But I think you like that I think you seem shady.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It's a weird thing to be asked.
All right, Alex, I love you very much. I'll talk to you soon.
I love you too, man. Have fun.
Good night.
But don't break COVID rules.
How's it going, man?
What's your greatest fear?
Man, not being good enough for shit in like any aspect of my life. Put a category, that's the fucking subgenre.
I mean, what do you want to be good enough to do?
Anything that I want. I want to be the best that I put my mind to in like relationships, family relationships, the work that I do.
Well, you gotta
shit.
pick a thing, because I think if you're gonna say I want to be good, if you are gonna just blanketly say I want to be good enough in general, in a general sense of things, you're never gonna be good enough because you haven't narrowed it down to a thing, and you're just gonna be, of course, no one's ever gonna be good enough at everything.
That's true. Right now, I want to be a good gardener. I like growing plants.
Perfect.
That's the focus at this moment, at this point in time.
I love it. Why do you feel like you can't be a good gardener?
I feel like I can. I feel like I always feel like something's gonna fuck up. I feel like I have a fuck up nature. Maybe that's my greatest fear, is fucking up.
It's fucking up. I mean, what? I don't know that much about gardening, but I mean, what does fucking up look like? You feel like forget to water the plants?
Ruining all the crops. Things that can happen, like bugs, mold, shit like that. Even shit that could potentially be out of my control.
Well, if it's out of your control, well, first of all, I mean, look, that's like, I mean, like bugs. Bugs are assholes, and that's out of your control. So everything that's out of your control, I mean, you can just get rid of that immediately.
I feel that. I feel like I try to apply that, and then my brain attacks me.
Don't
man.
apply that into your. Also, I don't know. You shouldn't even be judged. I think you should just be doing it. I don't even think you should be judging yourself about these plants. What made you? Why do you want to be? Why do you want to get into gardening? What appeals to you about gardening?
I like following the money. I like I can sell the shit that I grow. Even around here, I can sell like local or like grown mushrooms to restaurants and shit. That's what I want to do.
So you're telling me that you went into gardening for money?
Oh yeah. I like seeing the plants grow, but I like, you got to make money.
I think if the first reason, what do you do for a living?
Right now, I work for myself, doing the gardening and doing online business.
So you support yourself by gardening?
I do.
So you have objective proof that you're capable of gardening. You eat food with money, and you stay in an apartment with money that you have obtained through gardening. That's objective proof.
I think that's why I'm so hard on myself on it, because it's one of, it's what makes my money, and if I fuck it up, then there's no money from it.
Right, but I would, you know what, fuck it. I have a similar thing, sort of, like with this stream. I think all the time, I'm like, what happens if I fuck up and people just stop watching the stream? I have that, right? But in my head, I'm just like, well, I'll just wait until that happens, if it happens, and I'll do something else. If you fuck up so bad, I mean, you're not gonna die. If you look, you're a resourceful guy. You have been able to build your entire life around. You have the skills capable to build a business, and you know that objectively because you have done it, right? So you have those skills.
That's true.
So even if all your plants die and you fuck up and everything closes and no one ever buys any plants from you ever again, no one can take away those skills that you have. So even if everything you currently have and everything you currently know goes away, you can still do something afterwards. But you don't get banned from life unless if you die. So as long as you're not
Yeah, that would be a
banned,
bummer.
you know, there's more stuff for you to be able to do out in the world. So I would just try to live in the moment of what you're doing, and if it all goes south, you know that fucking, it's like that Mark Twain. I think it was Mark Twain? Do you know the quote I'm about to say? He said something like, "I've suffered a lot in my life, and most of the things I've suffered over never actually happened."
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of like that, if that makes sense.
That's helpful. That helps with stress over shit that I don't have control over. It'll probably come back around and fade out, but that's something that I deal with and then comes back to bite me. But I think I deal with it a little better every time.
Yeah, man. I mean, again, I have a similar thing, but I'll just say what keeps me going is just like, you know what, if everything fucks up. I used to work for, I got this from someone else. I used to work for a guy who ran his own marketing agency, and he told me, like, if this doesn't work, I'll just do something else. So I would just do what you're doing, and right now it's working for you. And once it stops working, you can just do something else. I know it's hard. I know it's like a, you know, small, pithy answer, but
No, for sure.
That's what I have in my head.
And if it stops, you apply the skills that you have to whatever is needed at the time. And same for you. Your shit's great, and I don't see.
Thank you, man.
I love it. I've started watching a couple days ago, and I'm hooked.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. What's your flower? Would you want to promote your flower website? I'm kind of curious now.
What was that?
Where do you sell these flowers at? I'm curious.
Oh, I don't have a website for that. It's all local. But I do appreciate that. My right now my only online thing is my eBay store.
Yo, you should sign up for TikTok. Make little TikToks of your plants, and you can surf. That's what I think you should do. You should start scaling. Now
Should I twerk in front of the plants?
Should you twerk in front of the plants?
Is that what TikTok is for? I feel like that would be a thing.
Look, man, trial and error, you know?
Exactly. If it sticks, it sticks.
Absolutely. What did you say your name was?
My name is Jeff.
Well, Jeff, I'll leave you to it. It sounds like you've got some plants to work on.
I do. That's going to be my new thing. You'll see me all over.
I'm excited to see it. I love you, Jeff. I appreciate you calling in, and again, you know, you got the skills that you need to do this.
Yeah,
so
I appreciate it.
Fine.
And you
Jeff.
as well. You got mad skills. I love you.
Thank you, man.
Peace.
Call from
Billy.
Billy, are you there?
Hey, what's going on, man?
You know, not a whole lot.
Yeah?
Not a whole lot, Billy.
You've had some good calls tonight. You've had some good calls. They've been everywhere, but they've been really good. They've been a nice time, Geck. Nice time.
What's your barometer? How do you judge a call necessarily?
I think it's going to start with, are they sincere at first? But then I want to feel exactly how they intended someone. The old saying, you treat people how they want to be treated.
Sure.
That kind of thing.
I don't think sincerity is a requirement. I've had interesting interactions with people who felt insincere. I wouldn't even go as far as to say that there is any sort of requirement. But I mean, you're telling me your own. I'm fucking you up because you're telling me your own personal definition of this.
No,
So I
well, but
apologize.
what if the person's not being insincere? Is it an interesting conversation because you know that they're full of shit, or is it more of an interesting conversation to see how far they can take it?
So this is why I don't like to put barometer. I try
Okay.
not to tell people. I don't try to tell people that they can't prank call or that they can't. You can do whatever. You can call in and not know what you. I try not to put limits on. I want people to feel like they could do whatever, because then there might be some like formula. You know what I'm saying? Like a formula, right? Of like some combination of confused but sincere or insincere because some. There's a great call out there that the formula to which I don't even know, so I have to allow for all variables.
Yeah, no, that's probably why you're good at what you do.
Well,
Most people wouldn't have that patience. Most people wouldn't have that patience. And the one time you do call them out, they actually do sound like they smoke 40 Virginia Slims a day.
What is a Virginia Slim?
A Virginia Slim?
Oh,
It's
that's
a
a cigarette, right?
southern old lady cigarette. Southern old lady cigarette. Brings down the voice a lot.
Can I ask you a question?
I would love for you to.
What's your greatest fear?
I can't say death. I can't say death.
Why can't you say death?
I've had a wild life. You know, I'm lucky to be here right now. You know that as a gecko. You have things that want to kill you all the cats, birds, rain, hard rain would fuck you up.
What has wanted to kill you, Billy?
I mean, I'm sure that I haven't made all friends in my life. So I'm sure there's somebody out there that's thought it and been like, God, that guy right there would be better dead.
Is there anyone that you know for sure has ever wanted you dead?
Well, I've been married once, but I mean, I was a winner in that one. So, I think my stepkids want me dead, to be honest with you. I think I'm going to get Menendez soon.
You think your stepkids want you dead?
Well, I mean, I think they're too young to know what that feeling actually means. But yeah, I think they've had that premature preteen, this fucking guy sucks type of deal, which sucks because I'm super cool to them. You know, they're good kids.
Why do you think they don't like you?
Demeanor. You know, one way to everybody else and one way just to me. And then those, of course, that time that the 8-year-old said, fuck, I'd wish he'd die. But I think it's more the demeanor towards it. Maybe it's me.
How long have you been how long have you been married to your wife?
I am engaged to this wonderful lady. We have a 16-month baby.
Oh, so you have your own child as well.
Yes. So, but about 2 years I have been, they called me stepdad first, and that was messed up when they did that, because I went to go pick him up from the bus, and the bus driver was like, hey, is this your dad? And the 11-year-old said, no, this is my stepdad. I was so proud. I was like, that is the sweetest thing, man. Thank you so much. And he goes, whoa, Billy, it's a lot easier to call you my stepdad than the guy that got mom pregnant. I was like, touche, dude.
How old are these kids that want you dead?
That one was 11. Now 12.
Are they still they're 12 and what, 12 and 9?
12 and 10 now. Yeah. Just turned birthdays this month.
Well, I think you're lucky that of all the possible ages of people who want you dead, 10 and 12-year-olds, I think, are the towards the side. Like, if I wouldn't want like a healthy 27-year-old man
As a
wanting
stepkid,
me
no.
there.
Right.
You know, a 12-year-old I could handle.
You're talking about
But-
capable, being capable.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But don't be, you know, I mean, look, fuck, man, my parents are divorced, and I remember being, you know, whatever, 10 or 12 and being pissed off.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
I think
get
it's
it.
just natural. I don't think I hope you don't take it as a statement on you.
No, no. Now, do
You
I
seem
really
like
think?
I don't even have to tell you that. You got
Yeah.
confidence, Billy.
I
You
don't
give a fuck.
actually
Fuck these
think.
kids.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna wake up
Be
with them both
actively mean to
standing
them
over
now,
me.
Actually. But, I want to be but you should actively start being a dick to them.
I have been a dick, but it was at other times. Like the 9-year-old came into our room when we first all moved in together, wanted to get to bed with me and his mom. I'm like, why? And he was like, I'm scared. I had a nightmare. And I said, then no. And he was like, why?
Hell
Like,
yeah.
because I don't want the monsters to come kill all of us.
Billy, you're the victim here. Well, I don't want you to think of yourself as a victim, but these kids are bullying you. You stand up to these kids. I hate these kids.
You know what? I think you're right, dude.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
I mean,
I've been not thinking that I could be the victim in this, but you know what? Fuck them.
yeah, fuck these kids, dude.
Fuck these kids. I should just take mine and go. I
Well,
should.
look, you don't have to leave. You know.
No?
You
Okay.
don't have to leave. You don't have to be actively mean, but, you know, stand up to these fucking kids, dude.
Yeah, you're right.
Man, fuck them kids.
Yeah. Is it worse to backhand a preteen if you are the step parent or the biological? Like, what is more legally acceptable?
You know, I'm not an attorney, Gecko, but
Right.
I would say with whatever expertise I do have,
Mhm.
you know, I mean, you don't have to hit these kids, but just, you know, don't.
You're just saying act like I would hit them. Like, not that, like, I want them to know I wouldn't, but I just want them to know I fucking could. Type thing.
Just you know, look, don't take their shit, you know. Just be
Right.
like, you don't even have to. I mean, look, you don't have to like hit them. You don't have to be like violent or anything. But you know. All right, don't read the chat. And I just glanced at the chat, and everyone in the chat is saying don't. And I see one highlighted message that says "fucking hit those kids."
I see that. I bet that's one of the kids daring me.
No, don't hit the kids, but don't let the kids hit you.
I like that. I like that. Don't abuse, but don't take the abuse.
I agree.
I
Billy?
think that's a great way. I appreciate you, man.
Absolutely, man. I wish you good luck. And
Yeah.
thank you for calling in. Thank you for all the nice things you said. I really appreciate it.
Hey, have a good night.
You too, man. Take care.
Mhm.
Call from
Keanu.
Keanu.
Hello?
Hello, Keanu.
Hey. Gecko man, what's up?
Keanu, man.
That's me.
What? Do we know each other? I feel like we know each other.
Maybe in a past life.
I mean, off the bat, I'm getting a really good sense that, you know, I don't know where it's coming from. I couldn't put it into words, but I'm getting a sense that you and I have some pretty good chemistry.
Well, I guess I'm doing better than Madden then. Poor
Look,
guy.
dude, there's no job to be done. All right, there's no active effort. It's just, you know, some people work well with each other, some people don't. You know.
Yeah.
And I'm not. By the way, you know, I mean, you're not out of the woods yet. I'm just saying I have a good feeling about this. I'm not saying definitively I've decided one way or the other. I'm just saying
Yeah.
if I had to make a good bet. But what good are bets? You know, you can only hypothesize. You have to test, or you have to gain results and come to a conclusion supported by evidence.
Absolutely. And I support that experimental approach.
What's your guilty pleasure, Keanu?
My guilty pleasure is probably masturbating, and
Okay.
it's not that I feel guilty about like masturbation in principle. I'm not like Catholic or anything, or I don't know. I think they consider masturbation a sin, but I could be wrong. But anyway, it's just the way that I masturbate. It's just really bad for my muscles. Like I end up hurting myself, like pulling a muscle, and that kind of thing. And also the things that I think about while masturbating, it's like, humiliation type of stuff, like, pretty hardcore BDSM type of stuff. And, which again, I'm not in principle opposed to, and I don't feel guilty about being into that. But sometimes I wonder if like fantasizing about being humiliated all the time can have like undesirable consequences for my psyche in general. Yeah.
Have you ever like looked up that kind of thing? Like, have you ever Googled? I mean, the BDSM community is pretty big. I feel like you can find. I feel like the answers to your questions are out there somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, I have Googled it, and it's funny because in like older kind of like psychiatry or psychology textbooks, they kind of consider interest in BDSM to be, I think it was actually, I want to say it was in one of the DSMs, Diagnostic Statistic Manuals. But I think that the psychological community now has a bit more open-minded view about it. So I don't think it's like a disorder to have to fantasize about those kind of things. I just worry I fantasize about them too much.
How often? Well, okay, you said you do it in a way that hurts your muscles. Do you do that intentionally?
No. It's just, no, I don't. It's not intentional. It's just like, I don't know, if you think about it, it's kind of hard to have to have good form while masturbating. I mean, it's
No,
like really, it's like your shoulders in a real like kind of awkward position. I have trouble with that with like when I'm working out and stuff. Everything always goes to my shoulder, and I don't know how to compensate for that.
I have a friend, and what he does is he does this thing that he calls it DJing the dick, and he never grabs it, but he'll like press down on it, like he's like, I mean, it's probably, I mean, similar to the way that a woman masturbates. He'll just press down on it, and I guess the friction between his penis and his thighs does something for him.
Okay.
But I mean, that's if you're looking for other methods that could potentially, cure, because there are, I understand the arthritis concerns. I was wondering if you weren't masturbating in a strange position on purpose for masochistic reasons.
Right. No, I mean, I do, sometimes inflict pain upon myself, but this is more like chronic injury type of stuff that's not really desirable. Yeah, but what I've been doing, like, I got this, it's called a magic wand. I don't know if you're familiar.
What is a magic wand?
So it's like a kind of vibrator, but I think it's really designed for clitoral stimulation. It looks like a massage. I think it's kind of marketed as a massage device, but it, you know what I'm talking about? You may have seen it in porn or something.
No, I've never heard of the magic wand.
Well, it's this like clitoral vibrator basically, but they actually sell an attachment. It's called the hummingbird attachment, and it's basically like a vibrating. It makes this vibrating circle that you can use to masturbate with if you're a male, and using that puts less strain on my shoulder. But
is it an attachment intended for male use, or is it intended for female use when you found a male use for
no,
it?
it's intended for male use. And yeah, and my most recent girlfriend was a dominatrix actually, and she like my magic wand is actually slightly damaged because she was pressing it really hard against my cock cage, my male chastity device, and she pushed it so hard against the cage that it she created a hole in the magic wand. She damaged the magic wand, but using the hummingbird attachment, it still works fine.
It's like when the unstoppable, the idea of a sword that could penetrate any armor, and then it could penetrate any shield, and the shield that could withstand the blow of any sword.
Yeah.
Was it kind of like that, where you had like a very strong chastity belt, but the magic iron is the magic wand is also very.
Well, the magic wand, it's strange. You might not think that you would be able to orgasm like that because number one, the cage renders you incapable of really having a full erection, obviously, and so all you're getting is this like vibratory stimulation, and you're not even erect while it's happening. But believe it or not, I mean, it's actually quite stimulating. And I mean,
I'm gonna be you sound like you're like pitching it right now. You're selling it very well.
Well, yeah, I mean, if I wanted to, I could kind of really go deeper into that role and make the case. Sorry, go ahead.
You could, but you keep saying this is a problem. Maybe this isn't a problem, man. This could be a career. I see you doing what you're doing right now at like little, trade shows.
Yeah, that's flattering, but I'm really more like introverted. I'm actually a programmer by trade. So I'm not that outgoing. I don't know how to actually do that well at that. But
it's interesting because you gave like a pretty technical rundown. I mean, you explained the magic wand in the way that you would explain any other piece of hardware.
Yeah. I guess I can communicate with computers more than I do with human beings. If you consider writing code to be talking to computers, and I find that I have a very literal and straightforward manner of communication that some people find a little strange to use, to speak that way colloquially, or just in a casual conversation.
Well, man, look, if you're having, I think I would leave it on this. I think if you're having, problems with your wrist, go to a doctor. But for everything, go to a doctor. But go hang out in the BDSM. You seem a little shy. Go hang out on r/BDSM. Go make your FetLife account. Go get involved in the community, and the community will welcome you. What'd you say your name was? Oh, Keanu. You got a cool name,
That's right.
too.
Yeah, that's totally 100% my real name.
Well, Keanu, I'm excited for the future that you have ahead of you, and I appreciate you being so open and honest with us this evening.
Hey, I appreciate you. Thank you for listening.
Absolutely. Have a good night, Keanu.
You too. Bye.
Yo, are we about to get sponsored by Magic Wand right now? Because I know. All right, look, there's 2,700 people watching this on Reddit, and like 300 people watching it on Twitch, and I know at least one of you has, while we were talking, Googled the Magic Wand, and maybe of everyone watching this stream right now, one person will make a purchase because of it. And I need a code.
Call from
Will.
Will.
Yes. Hello?
What are you doing right now?
I was just watching your stream.
Do you have any friends or family that live in Alaska?
Not that I know of. Do you?
No.
Alaska's a city.
What's your favorite city in America?
You know, I haven't really traveled that much in America. Probably the best one I've been to is Houston, Texas.
Texas is a state.
Yeah, but has a city called Houston.
Do you think you're a good person?
Sometimes, yeah.
What makes you a good person?
I feel like my tolerance with people's attitudes and I don't know. I feel like I'm overall happy and I'm nice to everybody. I try to be nice to everybody, no matter what. I don't try to judge.
Has anyone ever tested your patience?
Oh, yeah. My closest friends, they test my patience all the time.
How so?
They try to get me mad, and they try to push my buttons because they know me the most, of course, and they know what really ticks me off. So they do that purposefully.
So you trust them. So you kind of let them in on your weaknesses, and they exploit them.
Yes.
What are your weaknesses?
My weaknesses, probably the big one is masturbation.
And in what way do your friends exploit your weakness of masturbation?
They bring up how I do it in weird and odd places, and also how I partake on touching my penis.
I mean, how exactly are they? Like, they make fun of you for the method that you use to masturbate?
Yes.
I mean, well, how does that make you feel?
Honestly, since I know them and I know that they're doing this purposefully, I think it's funny. They think it's funny, so I don't really get mad about it. But when somebody else is,
Do you masturbate unconventionally?
Yes, all the time. It's uncontrollable.
What do you do that is abnormal in terms of your masturbation?
I do it everywhere. Before work.
So it's not a method; it's a location.
Oh, it's a method. Also, I choke myself sometimes. I always try to find something new to please myself.
how often has this been going on? Because I'm afraid for you is that you might come to a point where if you go so hard, you might lose all set. You might go to a point of no return where nothing gets you off anymore, and you might have to go really extreme. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid of developing erectile dysfunction, and but I feel like this has become an addiction at this point that I'm trying to fight.
Have you ever heard of autoerotic asphyxiation?
In like movies, I think. I'm not really familiar with it.
Where's the strangest place you've done it?
Strangest place. I'm not sure. Probably airport bathroom in the stall.
Airport bathroom? Well, everyone's done it in the airport bathroom of a stall. You're sitting around, you're waiting at the airport.
I didn't think that was normal. I never, really asked. I mean, I don't know. Do you ever do it in public places? Just wank one off real quick before work, or, just get bored sometimes and just go into the bathroom?
Yeah. I mean, not like, not like at work.
Well, I mean, don't you? It's
well, now I work at home, so I guess yes at work, but.
Well, I mean, say if you worked at an office, do you ever just want to bring up some pornographic things and just wank one off real quick? It's just the rush of it, makes it exciting.
Okay, so you actively for you, it's not you have to masturbate. Oh, but you're at the thing. Oh, whatever. For you, you're like, oh, I'm at the location comes first. You go, oh, I'm at the airport. It would be exciting to masturbate here.
I never thought about that, but I guess in a way, yeah. I mean, usually I just get bored. I'm just like, man, I could really just, rub one off real quick. And so I think about it, and then I'm like, wow, wouldn't it be exciting to do it right here?
See, I feel like you're gonna get into a dangerous spot where there's gonna be a place that you're gonna want to masturbate. That's too dangerous, but you're gonna do it anyway. And I don't want to see you go down that far, where you're gonna get yourself into trouble.
Right. I understand that. I mean, of course, I try to stay shy away from people seeing my pee-pee because I'm self-conscious about it.
You're self-conscious about your penis?
Yeah, I am.
Your friends make fun of that? I think you should get new friends. I don't like that your friends are I think your friends should be helping you because you seem like you've got an issue.
I'm actually with a good friend right now. He's listening to this.
Can I talk to him?
Yeah, of course. Hello?
What do you think of your friend's habits?
I mean, I'm not really the judging type, so I mean, as long as you guys were talking about, as long as he doesn't push him to the edge where he's doing something dangerous where he could hurt himself, then I mean, I don't think there's anything really wrong with it,
Can you watch out for him and make sure he doesn't do anything wrong, anything that could get him in trouble?
No, trust me. I'm always checking up on him every day. I'm always texting him, calling him, making sure he knows.
Well, I apologize for saying he needs new friends. You actually seem like a pretty decent guy, and I appreciate you looking out for your friend.
Yeah, no, we've been friends for a really long time, over I think almost 12 years now. So
that's nice.
Yeah, we go way back. But if I can ask, I actually had something happen today at work. I don't know if you give me some, not really advice, but I guess comforting words.
Possibly. What's up?
All right, so at work today, I went into the web browser, and it sounds stupid, it sounds fake. It's not. It's 100% real. So I actually it's stupid. Hold on. I uploaded a song on Pornhub, like one of the song, like the song I made.
Yeah.
And I thought it would be funny to show, one of my coworkers without thinking, I was at work using the, work network and all that. So when I looked it up, it allowed me, how some web browsers, when you're at work, it blocks it. This one wasn't blocked.
Sure.
So when I went on it, it kind of made the computer like lock up and kind of went into like a lockdown mode. So I think I might be losing my job soon. But
how's the music career going?
I mean, I'm just starting out. I mean, I've been making music for a really long time, but just recently
Why did you upload your song to Pornhub?
I mean, I thought it would be funny.
You should try. You should make music for TikTok. I promote
Actually,
a lot of stuff on TikTok.
The song is on Spotify and Apple Music and actually TikTok too.
Well, I mean, now you have more time to focus on that. So I think that's one of the positives of it.
Yeah, actually, you're right. Yeah.
But look, good luck to you, and good luck to what was your friend's name who called in first?
His name is Will.
Will, and your name?
My name is Nick.
Well, Will. Well, Nick. I love you guys. You guys seem like a good pair, and I think you two are going to really help each other out as you navigate through the various perils of your life.
Hey, Jack.
Hey, Will.
Hey, I just want to let you know that I love you more.
Thank you, man. You have a good night.
You too.